Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Week 2 of the MFL as we just got kicked off here between the Moncton Mustangs and the St. John Wanderers. Today here at the Canada Games Stadium. You're joined by myself, David Chappie Chapman, and my co-host, Mitchell Osman.
Number 83, Brady Newcomb with the return. Moncton's starting off with the ball on the 45-yard line.
So for those that missed at home, the Wanderers were kicking off to the Mustangs.
Ball back to David Patry, handoff Cam Morley. Gain about 5 yards.
Yeah, we got some veteran players out there. Cam Morley's been around here for a number of years. He's a graduate of Moncton High, and I believe he's getting ready to graduate from Acadia. Sets Moncton up for a 2nd and 5 on the 50-yard.
Ball back to David Patry. Pass to number 81, Eric.
That looks like it's good for a Mustang first down. Let's see what the officials give. The head referee is signaling a first down. Today's officials are: head referee is Chris Wall. The umpire is Matt Fillmore. The field judge is Pat Mullins. The back judge, Andrew Lockery. The down judge, Eric Sabian. And the line judge, Joe Pinn.
Moncton Mustangs for the first down. Ball back to Patry. Handoff to Cam Morley. And gain of about 8 yards.
Oh, that's a solid 8 there by Cam Morley. That guy is a workhorse. He's been running the ball for us now, a number of years, probably 4 or 5 years at least. And even down at Acadia, the guy is a workhorse.
Playing against Cam for a couple of years, I know that Cam is just, a unit. Guy may be wearing wide receiver numbers, but he's definitely no wide receiver.
Oh, 100%. 2nd and 2 for the Mustangs.
Snap back to Patry. Patry's rolls out to the right. Pass. Complete.
That's a catch. That's a first. That's a Mustang first down.
Is that Jonathan? I think that's Jonathan Terrio with the catch there.
Oh,
Number 6.
Yes, sir. That's Jonathan Terrio. Little unknown fact, Jonathan Terrio plays CJIP football. And in his spare time, he also likes to coach at the GMFA minor football. Good kid, that Jonathan Terrio. I believe he was one of the Mustang leading receivers last season.
Ball on the 21-yard line. First down. Ball back to David Patry. And he throws it. And off the hands of number 81, Eric. That was a close ball, though.
Well, that's the way it goes sometimes, the passing game. You got to establish it sooner or later. I mean, they've run Cam a couple times already, but you can't show everything your first drive down the field. Let's see what the Mustangs come out with.
Looks like St. John's been playing a lot of zone defense on the back end there. Probably seeing what Moncton's going to come out. David Patry back under center. Snap back. Handoff to Morley. And stopped for about a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, the Wanderers' defense responded well and gave them up short yardage that time.
Biggest thing with defense is you can bend, but don't break.
Don't break, that's right. And that brings up, I believe, third and about 9.
David Patry back under center, back in shotgun. Snap back. Ball's been thrown, and it's intercepted by number 25 for the Wanderers, Golden Mullally.
Golden Mullally. Well, now, sir, there's one for you. Back in 2017, Golden Mullally actually played for the Mustangs when they won the championship over the Wanderers. Wow.
Talk about turn of the tide.
Yes, sir. Golden Mullally is an athlete.
What a great way for the Wanderers to respond there. Get a turnover. Moncton was driving the ball really well, but, all it takes is just one opportunity. St. John's a older team, and they're a very smart team led by their head coach, Travis McKenzie.
Yes, 100%. This brings up Wanderers 1st and 10, coming out at the 20.
Galacki back, handoff to number... Can't really see the number there.
Wanderers run, gain of about 4 on the play.
It's nice to see John Galacki back at the quarterback position for the Wanderers.
Yes, John Galacki brings a mountain of experience with him. The leadership that he's providing for that Wanderers team this year is probably phenomenal.
Wanderers back out. We got a quads look on the right side with a pass to number 88, Cody Carr. What a great catch by Cody there. Unfortunately, not a first down, but it looks like it's going to be a 3rd and 1 for the Wanderers.
Brings up some short yardage for the Mustangs defense to work here. Their D-line has just been crazy this last few years. Let's see what this D-line does to stop this.
And like you said, Galacki brings a lot of experience for its current Hall of Famer with the Wanderers club, too.
Oh, yes, exactly, yes. John Galacki is a Hall of Famer for the Wanderers, and he's been in the league a number of years.
Couple-time MVP as well of the league.
Just a few.
Handoff to number 26, Riley Lester. And it looks like they're currently trying to decide here if it's a first down or not. Ball's been placed on the 30, and that
brings up 3rd and inches or 4th and inches.
Oh, it looks like it's first down for the Wanderers.
Wanderers get set for 1st and 10.
Hey, Moncton, you're on defense, boys. You guys are on defense.
Snap back to Galacki. Thrown and...
Oh! Ball almost intercepted. I believe that was number 23. No, that's not Chris Brown.
It was number 18 for the Mustangs, Josh Armstrong.
Josh Armstrong, my bad. One of the Joshes. So many Joshes that have played with the Mustangs over the years. You got Josh Armstrong, you got Josh McDonald, but how about Josh Hicks, the guy that played 1 year after Mount A with the Mustangs. Now the guy is playing pro over in Sweden. That's just an idea of how many Joshes come and go and how good they are.
We can't forget about the famous Josh Dickinson, too.
Oh, of course, Josh Dickinson, #1 Hall of Fame. Beats Mark Crandall every time.
Back to Galacki. Galacki's looking. And he releases that one, and it's caught by number 4, Adam Spurl. And he continues running that ball down, later tackled at the 30-yard line. Chris Brown there getting caught, looking underneath, trying to cheat on getting that interception, but great ball, great catch, great play by the Wanderers. Now, is Moncton going to respond with them bending but not breaking?
Yeah, this is probably the same way Moncton played last week. They played a little soft coverage against the Bucks. It took them almost a whole half to respond and figure out what was going on. I understand it's been a while since everybody's played football, so let's just see how everybody responds today.
First and down at the 28-yard line. Back to Galacki, and he throws that one, and intercepted!
Mustangs interception. Who we got? Oh, flag on the play. I believe it was after the fact, so the turnover should stand. But
that looked like number 8, Adam Shamby. Great Holland alumni and also native of Ontario.
Hey, is one of your kids, Mitch? That's
yeah.
Nice. Yeah, judging by the referee's signal, they're pushing them back. It was after the fact, and they're back on the 1. We don't hear the call up here. My guess is some kind of unnecessary unnecessary roughness or OC call because they pushed Moncton back to the 1-yard line. We do not have video or reviews today, so what we see is what we get. Let's see how the Mustangs can do coming out of their 1.
In this kind of situation, you want to run the ball, especially with number 21, Dylan Waugh. My goodness, that guy is like a Coke machine with legs. Just a freight train. And gain of about 1 yard there. A little bit of breathing room for the quarterback.
Yeah, Dylan Waugh last week was a man-child for the Mustangs. Every time he got put in the position to move the ball, that kid moved it and gained the first down like it was nothing.
The wild part about Dylan Waugh is like he could get the ball 5 times, 30 times, and no matter what, it's always go, go, go.
Yes, he's a producer. He's definitely a workhorse. Definitely a Mustang.
And, unfortunately, St. John gets into the backfield and tackles Dylan Waugh for a safety. So that will give 2. Oh, there's a flag on the play, though. And it looks like the refs are confirming here.
Well, they do want to make the right call, so they do need to talk to each other. Let's see what the head referee signals.
And it looks like they're going to go with the safety there. So that gives the St. John Wanderers a 2-0 lead. We're about 6 minutes and 26 seconds left in the first quarter. These two teams are definitely rivals, and they always come willing to play one another.
Oh, if there was a rivalry week in the MFL, this would definitely be the biggest one. I mean, in any sports, really, there's always been a huge rivalry between St. John and Moncton, whether it be hockey, football, or any other sport.
We also had the Halifax Heat and the Nova Scotia Buccaneers play earlier today, with Nova Scotia Buccaneers taking the win by 50-16.
Yes, the defending champions went to work today. The Heat looked like they were in some tough situations. They had their number 1 receiver last week playing QB this morning for about the first half, and then we seen the QB show up after that.
Mike Petrowski, another Holland alumni as well.
Nice.
Lots of AFL players playing in this game. You know, Dylan Waugh being a former UNB Red Bomber and Dalhousie Tiger.
Yes, 100%. This is the greatest league for all these local guys to get their reps before they head off to their respectable schools in the fall.
So the ball is at the 20-yard line with St. John and Galacki back at QB. Ball's back to Galacki, throws it to Adam Spurl, catches and gains about 8 yards. So that will bring a 2nd and 2 for the Wanderers.
The Mustangs defense has given up quite a bit. Let's hope to see a better game out of them here. If the Mustangs or the Wanderers keep driving, it seems like they're going to have their foot on the gas all day and going to make the Mustangs on defense work.
I think the Mustangs are getting prepared for a big passing game with St. John, especially with them running a 4-2-6. Bell's back to hand off to number 26, and he runs, and he is just running through tackles. Big pickup all the way up to the 45-yard line. Coach Jason Terrace must not be happy seeing all these arm tackles from the Mustangs, though. You know, fundamentally, you can't be making arm tackles because you'll see big runs like that happen all the time.
Ball carried by number 26, Riley Lesner for the Wanderers. If I said that right. 1st and 10 for the Wanderers again.
Galacki at QB. And ball back, and they give it off to Riley again. Riley is running hard, and another big gain by the Wanderers.
That was easily an 18-yard gain for the Wanderers. Yeah, Riley looks to be quite the runner out there today. Let's see what else the Dubs got up their sleeve on offense.
Now I know with the Moncton Mustangs having a young linebacker core, sometimes it's just a matter of making sure you're in the right place at the right time. So let's see how they respond.
Yeah, this MFL league's really gone from an old man beer league to a young guys AUS training camp.
And ball back to Galacki. He hands it off to Riley again. And another big game, and we see a flag on the play.
Flag come from the middle.
And Galacki is signaling it's on the Mustangs.
We're going up 15. Unnecessary roughness on the Mustangs. Horse collar or face mask.
First down. Up a little bit, up a bit, almost halfway up between the 2 yards. Up, Tom.
Well, the ball's back here with St. John, and, you know, that's undisciplined play by the Mustangs. And, you know, I know starting off, especially in a week 2, discipline can be a little lax, but I know that this squad's going to bounce back and do whatever they can to make sure they do well.
Yeah, making high tackles early in a game just doesn't fly, especially when your hands get up in the neck area or in the face mask. Galacki with the pass.
And incomplete, and another flag.
There was some pass interference there. Let's see who it was on. Oh, it looks like the pass interference was on the Wanderers.
Number 4, Adam Spurl. He's already having a good game. And
looked like there was a shove there.
oh, no, and it looks like it was actually on the Moncton Mustangs. Pass interference by number 14, Adrian Thompson.
Some shoving going on there.
Is there not always shoving going on at the receivers and DBs? I've never seen such, you know.
It's like the coach that always calls the holding call. You know what, coach? There's a little bit of holding on every play in football. It's just the way it is.
Competitive nature. So the Mustangs have the opportunity here to maybe turn the tides a little bit, but, you know, Galacki's doing very well leading this St. John offense. With him back at QB, quads to the right, snap back, and pass to number 9 for the Wanderers, Caleb Fitzpatrick, and looks like a gain of about 4.
About 3 or 4 on the play, brings up about 2nd and 6, so a gain of 4.
With the Wanderers running that quads look, it looks like the Mustangs are kind of getting moved out of their spot, which is possibly why, you know, the Wanderers are moving the ball very well on offense. You know, a quads look makes it really tough, especially DB core. You know, you're constantly communicating, you're adjusting to what's happening, and
yeah, let's definitely not show them what we did last week. Let's make them guess at what we're going to do.
exactly. And Galacki back, snap back, and he throws it, and it's caught, and touchdown by number 23, Alex McDonald for the St. John Wanderers.
And that brings our score 8-0 for the Wanderers. Some great experience there by John Galacki driving that ball down the field. It only took them a handful of plays, but it ate up some time on that clock, and it really showed how much experience John pulls with this Wanderers team, being around as many years as he has, you know, going up against a veteran like himself with such a young defense. It's, you know, his experience is showing out there on the field.
Oh, 100%, and you can see even too with the Mustangs young DB core that they're just having a hard time.
Oh, Brandon Caldwell all the way in there, shut the front door. Number 99, Brandon Caldwell, was not going to allow that field goal today.
But with that, it looked like it was actually good though, Chappie.
Oh, so was it? My bad. I just got excited because I seen Caldwell knock a guy on his butt, so I assumed he got in there.
So unfortunately, that will actually give the extra point to the Wanderers, and the Wanderers are now up 9-0 with about 2 minutes left in the first quarter. But you know what? Still early in the game. You know, nothing to panic about. You know, it always takes time, especially traveling to a away game, you know, to get the ball rolling. Nothing to worry about with this young Mustang squad.
100%. There's all kinds of time left in this Canadian football game. Just a fun fact leading in today, the Mustangs versus the Wanderers. The Mustangs stand 15 wins against the Wanderers 21 of all time. So it's 15 to 21 overall wins versus the Wanderers, which you would think it would be a little evenly matched. No, the Wanderers actually hold a 6-game lead over the Mustangs over all time.
And that ball is kicked off, and it's been fielded by looks like 8 for the or number 6, Jonathan Terrio. And he runs out of bounds right at about the 51-yard line.
Yes, Johnny Football returning the ball. Coach Terrace's record against the St. John team is actually an 8-6. And the only other coach to have a record like his against the Wanderers is Coach Gaines. Coach Gaines actually stands 2-0 versus the Wanderers. A lot of people think, oh, how can that happen? Well, during the COVID season, we had to improvise, and Chris Gaines stood up as our head coach.
What a great guy Chris Gaines is. And the ball's handed off to Dylan Wall. Dylan Wall just runs through tackles, and he fumbles it. But it looks like it was called down by contact, right? Wow, what a big run from number 21, Dylan Wall. Nice Riverview boy.
Keep begging for it. They need it.
Yes, Dylan Wall, product of Riverview High School. I believe he is off the back-to-back championship team. No, sorry,
nope,
one championship.
No, I don't believe they actually won. Not any of the years they went to the championship, but he was in the finals. I think once or twice with the Royals. Back to pass. Patry rolls out to the left, throws it, and incomplete. With projected receiver being number 8, Adam Shamby.
Greg Kingsman there on the line of scrimmage with some big blocks.
Every time I hear that guy's name, my ribs start to hurt a little bit. Being a former Island Mariner, I've had the pleasure of playing against both the Moncton Mustangs and the St. John Wanderers. Mustangs back, second down on the 45. Ball back, handoff to number 6, sorry, Jonathan Terrio on the end around.
That's good for about a pickup of 8 on the play. That brings up 2nd and 2 for the Mustangs, sorry.
It's 3rd and 2, actually, Chappie.
3rd and 2. Oh, I guess I should have looked at the down box and not at my notes.
Ball back to Patry. Handoff again to number 21, Dylan Waugh. And Dylan Waugh with a first down for the Mustangs.
Yeah, that brings up a Mustangs first down for sure.
And that actually brings us to the end of the first quarter, looks like, with the St. John Wanderers 9 and the Moncton Mustangs 0. But looks like they're actually going to have time to run one more play. Funny thing about Canadian football?
Lots of time.
It looks like there might be an injury on the play there too. Number 45 for the Wanderers, Caleb Morgan. You talk a lot about the coaches within the Moncton Mustangs. There's a lot of players on the team that also coach within the GMFA and even in the high school leagues. Am I correct on that, Chappie?
Yes, you have a number of people actually. Center Colby Beliveau that's out there right now. He works with the GMFA in the fall. He's worked with Moncton High in the past. Like I was talking about Justin Terrio. Justin Terrio is actually out this spring working with the U16 Olympians with the GMFA. You also have other volunteers. I believe Sebastian Charret is working with some of the Matthew Martin minor football kids as well. And yeah, it's just a number of guys throughout the team, both offense, defense, that love to give back to the sport that gives them so much.
I feel like that's pretty much the culture of the Mustangs and most other teams within the MFL is, they're all about giving back to the community. We can, as much as, we feel like we can play forever, unfortunately, the body only can do so much.
Yeah, like a lot of these coaches, too, they don't just do minor football. They also work with high school. I mean, high school is not going on right now, so they have time for minor. But yeah, a lot of our guys do multiple teams. Some of them do, 2 and 3 teams throughout the year, which is a lot of volunteer hours to give back to the community.
Well, if you're going to preach it to the team, might as well do it as a coaching staff, right?
Well, that's the culture some of us live.
Back under one more play for the end of the first quarter. Snap back to Patry. Fake handoff to Cam Morley. Caught by number 6, Jonathan Terrio, and big play, and looks like
they're saying he stepped out of bounds.
Right at the 20-yard line. So that will give the Mustangs a first down, and I believe they're going to switch fields here.
Yeah, that was the end of the quarter. That was the last play of the first quarter, and we're going to switch ends and get ready for the second. So Mitch, being from PEI, what teams did you play within the MFL over there?
So I played my first year with the PEI Privateers.
Oh, the Privateers. That's a few years ago.
Definitely a few years ago. And then I moved on to play with the Island Mariners with their inception all the way up until 2019. I then stepped away from the Mariners organization and had the opportunity to play with my wonderful brother, Jeremy Osmond, of the Moncton Mustangs, and I was so happy to be able to join the Mustangs in 2023.
Hey, that's awesome.
Or 2022, sorry.
That you got a chance to play with family on the field. That is awesome, because that's what this sport is about, having a big old football family.
Agreed. So the Mustangs start on the 20-yard line. Patrick the ball, handoff to Cam Morley, and a big tackle looks like...
Yeah, it looks like a loss of 1 or 2 on the play there. The D-line was ready for this.
Well, Mustangs have always been known for running the ball, so with the Wanderers, they're always going to be ready and expecting for the run plays to happen.
Oh yes, the Mustangs depth chart at the running back position goes pretty deep. Pretty sure we have a few Mustangs on the sideline ready to let her rip.
So we got a second down and about 12. Ball back to Patry, and he throws it, and it's caught by Adam Shamby. Wow, look at those hands.
Nice catch. Yeah, talking about Mustangs in the garage, we got Cam Morley, we got Brady Morris, and I mean, you got other guys that can fill the position just as well, other skilled players, and we have young guys coming up as well that can play that position very well.
Depth is never a bad thing to have, especially at the running back position, especially with the O-line that the Mustangs have.
I mean, that O-line definitely weighs more than a ton.
Third down for the Mustangs. Ball's back, and handoff to Cam Morley. Cam Morley finds a crease, and looks like we got a first down for the Mustangs. Great run. Great eyes by Cam Morley there, finding in the gap and just exposing it. And my goodness, I know from playing against Cam Morley, that is so common to see.
Yeah, Cam read his blocks real well on that play, got on the outside and just picked up as much as he could before the Wanderers were able to bring him down. That sets the Mustangs up for a first and goal on the 6th or the 7th, I believe.
When you talk about the importance of having a good O-line, you know, you can never thank those big boys enough. And it looks like they come out in a wishbone look here. And that ball is handed off to number 21, it looks like, Dylan Waugh.
Yeah, the Mustangs just loaded up the offensive line with all the big man meat they got there. You just seen Brandon Caldwell on the edge there just closing it in and collapsing.
You know, you can never not give those big boys credit, you know. It's always the unsung position playing offensive line and D-line too. You know, those guys never get enough love, you know.
Well, this is a sport where you need those big guys to be your blockers, to be your rushers. And, I mean, they don't necessarily have to be athletes. They just got to fill holes and move weight.
And looks like we got a timeout on the field.
So obviously talking about the big man being in the game, both of us recognize the game. We also coach and see other types of play. You coach flag football as well in PEI, is that right, Drew?
That is correct. I coach the U18 female flag program for PEI. We're actually getting ready to go to nationals next week in Kingston, Ontario.
That's awesome. What do you play, 6-a-side?
5-a-side.
5-a-side, nice.
So very excited. Got a nice young group of girls who are ready to go. Coming back out in that wishbone look again.
Watch for a big push.
And hand it off again to Dylan Waugh. And it's a touchdown for the Moncton Mustangs. Number 21, Dylan Waugh.
Yeah, that was just a big push. You seen him get on the end of that right side of the O-line with, like I said, the big push by Caldwell and the big boys on that line. Keenan, the Miramichi monster on that side as well. Like that kid is so big. We had to modify his pants. Nobody else has pants like that. I'm sorry, Keenan. I love you, but your pants are huge, my guy.
You know what? The one thing I know us here at Holland College, too, is very excited to have Keenan come join our squad.
Oh, my God. Get out.
Yes, sir. Keenan is going to be joining the Holland Hurricanes in the fall.
That is awesome.
And easy money for Ben George. I feel like that guy is Captain Clutch. Just no matter what the situation is, can just nail it from anywheres on the field.
I mean, that kid gets so much in his head, but he's so good at what he does. I guess most young people are like that at that age. They just don't realize what they're capable of. And, yeah, you could call him Captain Clutch because, yeah, he can come in and kick you some nifty, pretty shots. I've seen the guy kick from the corner of the end zone and somehow curve it into the uprights. I don't know how he did it. I seen it. I can't tell you how he did it, but I seen him do it, so it happened. It's just unreal. I mean,
I find kickers, though, are a lot like goaltenders in hockey. They're just a different breed of animals.
I mean, they work on their skills. I guess it's just not like your regular skill set when you're working on kicking game. It's the special teams aspect of it.
And especially in the Canadian football, it's important to have all three aspects of the game. That ball gets kicked down to number 25 of the
Wanderers.
Nope, sorry, 29. Tim Jackson. Good return there by number 29, Tim Jackson.
Tony Hicks with the stop on the play.
Seems like we got a lot of Hickses that come through the Moncton Mustangs organization,
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I mean, we were just talking about the Joshes, and now here we are talking about another Hicks. I mean, it seems like every other year there's a new Hicks showing up, which is in Moncton always been a name associated with football. Back 20-some-odd years ago when I played football, you know, Moncton had a few kids floating around with the last name Hicks that were ball players.
And the ball started out on the 30-yard line for the Wanderers. Galacki back at quarterback. And ball snapped. Handoff. And it looks like they get them wrapped up, and the ball was handed off to Alex McDonald, running back. Looks like the St. John Wanderers got different types of running backs, too.
Yeah, I definitely did not expect them to run up the middle there. I was expecting a pass, but the D-line was able to somewhat contain them.
Well, I wouldn't want to run, especially with that big number 92 of the Moncton Mustangs D-line, Gabe St. Germain.
Yeah, that's one guy I would not want falling on top of me.
Nope. Can speak from experience. It's not a fun time.
Let alone getting his hands on me. We have a Wanderers timeout.
Gabe St. Germain, also an alumni of UMB Red Bombers, won the championship with them back in 2019 against the Holland Hurricanes.
Yes, Gabe has come to us a number of years ago. I believe it was 2017 or 2018, Gabe came to us from Edmundston, New Brunswick. The guy was driving literally 3 and 4 hours to come play football for us.
I find though, especially football, most guys, if you're committed, doesn't matter what the distance is. If you love the game, you're just gonna do it.
Yeah, and that's the same commitment he gave to, like you said, the UNB Red Bombers that he also played for.
And timeout's over. I have to say, though, the St. John O-line's doing well handling their own against this Moncton Mustangs D-line.
Yes, that Mustangs D-line is very experienced. You have guys like Brandon Caldwell, you have Felix LeBlanc, you have Blake Alain out there just rushing, and these are guys that have played together in these positions for a number of years.
Another handoff there to number 23, Alex McDonald for the Wanderers, and a gain of about 2 yards off to the right. You're right, though, Chappie. Handling a big line like that, it's definitely, it's always a challenge, but if you're willing to put in the work, you can definitely move those guys.
When you got Brandon Caldwell and Gabe St. Germain running at you, you get almost 700 pounds of man coming at you. That's a lot of weight to be blocking. And I believe it's Zach Cormier on the D end, and I'm not sure who we have in the middle. Blake Alain.
And another pass there by Galacki to number 4, Adam Spurl, with a tackle made by Adrian Thompson of the Moncton Mustangs.
As we were mentioning earlier, there was other MFL action today. The Bucks over the Heat. Following this game later on this evening at 7 p.m. in KV, they'll have the Fleet versus the Razors.
Now that would be a very interesting game to see two newer organizations to the Maritime Football League.
Yeah, we were actually talking about pulling the bus over on the way home and maybe catching a few minutes of that.
You know what? I wouldn't complain about that. Ball back, Galacki, handoff to number 13, and big run, and he fumbles it, and knocked out by Moncton. Whoa, wow. The Moncton Mustangs almost with that knockout, but it looks like the field judge rules it to the St. John Wanderers. Wow, what a big play there.
Yeah, there was some pretty interesting action at the end of the play with what happened there. It looked like he fumbled the ball at the end and that the Mustangs were the last ones to touch it and knock it out of bounds, which would have made it a Mustangs ball, but I guess the official called the Wanderers player down.
Wow, what a change of the tide. You know what? You just got to bend, but don't break, Moncton.
You must be a defensive coach.
You could definitely say that. Another run there again by number 13 for the Wanderers. No, you're 100% correct though, Chappie. I work as defense coordinator at Holland College, assist with coaching linebackers. I've been coaching with the Holland Hurricanes for about 3 years now, going into my 3rd season, and great young program. And of course, PEI being is all together a great time.
Big stop on that play by number 44, Blake Grosman. Yes, when you played for the Mustangs, didn't you also play defense?
Yes, I did. Played linebacker with the Mustangs, and that nice young group that were willing to work. And another great run there again by the St. John Wanderers. And it looks like again that was number 26, Riley Lester.
Yes, sorry, my bad. Should have brought my binoculars today. Got the old man eyes on.
I'm pretty sure Blake Grossman's from Riverview, if I'm correct by saying that.
Yes, I want to say he's another product of the Riverview High School football system, and that he's probably got at least one championship under his belt. But I've been known to say a lot of bogus things on registry.
Another pitch there to the Wanderers. Again, just running the rock, moving that ball up the field. Number 26 again, Riley Lester. Wow, this kid is just doing damage against this Moncton Mustangs defense.
He's doing what a running back does best. He's moving that ball down the field. It's making for some great football action, I'll tell you that very much.
I agree with that, Chappie. Just being able to compete. And, you know, the Wanderers came out ready to play.
Yeah. I mean, that's what everybody loves to see is a close game. Nobody likes to watch a blowout or watch straight time.
Agreed. Handoff again to number 26, Riley Lester. And he is just powering his way through. And looks like it's just short of a touchdown. But it's right on the 1 yard line. Oof, that's going to be a tough 1 yard, especially in Canadian football, especially with that D-line needing to give the offensive line a yard. Sometimes it's a benefit to that offensive line.
Well, I imagine the Mustangs are going to set up their goal line with only one personnel change. Let's see what the Mustangs got here for the Wanderers. Let's see if they can stop them on their doorstep.
And they're going to come out in a shotgun look. You would think that in the goal line situation they'd come out and play goal line, but not at all.
Oh,
and Galacki runs it in for a touchdown. Wow. Looks like the old man can still run.
Hey, pops to him, you know, getting her in there at his age. That's great. I mean, you're talking about a guy that played with, you know, Mustangs Hall of Famers like Stevie Cormier, etc. Like, you know, the experience, the power, the athlete. You bring someone like Stevie Cormier back to play for the Mustangs, of course he's going to give you all he's got. And that's what John Galacki's doing today. He's giving the Wanderers everything that he's got in that tank. He's putting it all out there today.
I definitely agree with that, Chappie. I don't know about you, but if you were out there running like that, you'd probably pull a hamstring.
Oh, I definitely would be out there running like that.
And the extra point there is made by number 83 for the Wanderers. And his name is not listed on the chart. Oh, and no good? No good.
So I believe that is 15-7?
Yep, 15-7 with 6 minutes and 33 seconds left in the second quarter.
Other football action today that we haven't talked about yet. There was some women's league football action going on today, actually. In Moncton, they had the Moncton Mayhem hosting the Fredericton area Gladiators. And I believe in St. John today, they were hosting the Halifax Explosion. Or vice versa, St. John and Halifax. I'm not 100% on that schedule. But yes, there was some great women's football action today.
That's awesome. Great to hear that, you know, the women's league is still doing well.
Yes, the U18 girls football has actually blown up quite a bit in New Brunswick. Last fall, I believe there was, I don't know, 4 or 5 U18 girls teams out of Moncton alone.
And that ball's been kicked off and fumbled a little bit there by Jonathan Terrio. And he's taking it up, and he is on. Wow, big return there by number 6 of the Moncton Mustangs, Jonathan Terrio.
Johnny Football doing football things. That's what he does best.
Number 13, Enoch, with the nice saving tackle there on special teams. And like we were talking about earlier, Chappie, you know, special teams, you know, a lot of young kids, they may laugh at the idea of special teams, but it is so important to be good on all 3 aspects of the game.
Especially here in Canada with the Canadian game that we play. Kicking is a huge part of it.
Mustangs back. Pass, and ball is thrown, and it's been, oh, so close. Drop by number 81, Eric of the Mustangs.
Brings up 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs. Let's see how OC Corey Lorette does against the Wanderers defense. Let's see if he can pick them apart and get this offense rolling.
All it takes is one big play to kind of get your offense swagger back. Moncton looks like we got a run play here to number 88, Cam Morley. And tackled by a bunch of Wanderers players led by number 44, Tyler Ringdeneen. You know, this St. John Wanderers defense is ready to play football.
Yes, they definitely showed up to play today.
So we got a 3rd down and 8. Ball back to David Patry. There's a flag on the play. Ball, throws it, and it's, oh! Big hit by number 25, Golden Lawley. We were just talking about Golden, too, being a former Mustang. Definitely did not want to let that one go too easy to the Mustangs player, and unfortunately he is down.
Yeah, and there's a flag after the play. Something happened over there. So I'm guessing the first flag on the play was on the D-line as they had jumped, because if it was the offense, they would have blown a false start dead right away. And the flag over in the corner where the Mustang is down came after the whistle, so that is after the fact. So let's see what the referees come back with on this. This will be interesting.
Very interesting.
It's never interesting when there's a player down on the field. Let's hope he's okay. So Mitchell, you said you're headed out with the girls flag team this year. Where are you guys off to play this summer?
We're playing in Kingston, Ontario at Queen's University.
Nice. Speaking of Queen's University, I believe we have a Mustangs alumni that plays there. Product out of Dieppe, Xavier Malone.
That's a guy that's a baller. And it looks like the Moncton Mustang player was able to get up on under his own power, so that's always good to see that, the player was able to get up under his own power. It looked like it was number 6, Jonathan Terrio. And it looks like as a result of the penalties, we got a 1st down for the Moncton Mustangs. So I'm guessing that there was a little bit of, flags for after that late hit. Falls back. Hand off to number 21, Dylan Waugh. Dylan Waugh stiff arms and makes it big. Wow, what a big hit there.
Come on up, Tom.
Nice big run by number 21, Dylan Waugh. And let me tell you, hitting a guy like that and being able to move him back is definitely not easy. He's like a freight train.
Yeah, it took a couple of Wanderers to slow him up and bring him down.
It looks like we got a 2nd and 5 situation here. Mustangs driving the field. Ball's back to Patry, and he throws that one deep and incomplete, thrown into double coverage there. Great coverage by number 22, Kieran Roach of the Wanderers.
I believe that's number 81 of the Mustangs. Eric was the intended receiver on the play. Let's see what the Mustangs offense can do when they're 3rd and 6.
Well, with that, you're moving the ball well, running the ball. You think they're going to go back to running the ball again? Looks like they got number 88. Oh, no, it looks like Cam Morley's out playing receiver this time. Back handoff to number 21, Dylan Waugh. And a pile of Wanderer defenders are there wrapping him up.
Yeah, they definitely had his number on that one, as it was only a short game for the Mustangs.
And it looks like the kicking crew of the Mustangs are coming out. And we got another injury on the play there. That's never good to see.
Yes, the Moncton Mustangs just sent out the special teams unit, which includes number 45, long snapper, pride of Skiduk, Denis DeWaron.
Denis is such a great guy. I know all of his time when I played with the Mariners, we always loved playing against Denis. Was always a great guy on the field. And it's hard, especially when you're trying to go to blood against a lot of guys, to not have that, hate. But like Denis, just a funny guy, always leading with his heart.
I was just gonna say, this is a love-hate sport, and most of the teams, we hate each other after the games, we shake hands, we love each other. But I think Denis is probably the one guy in this league that everybody loves. I mean, they probably hate him for the few seconds during the game, but Denis the guy, like you just said, that he brings everybody together. He gets along with everybody. He's such a great guy. And I mean, what he brings to this team is the reason why he's actually the player representative for the Mustangs. So he's actually involved with the Mustangs executive committee as the player representative.
And it looks like number 10, Josh McDonald, is being helped off there by his teammates, Gabe St. Germain and the trainer. Hopefully he comes back with a speedy recovery. And here is Mr. Captain Clutch himself, Ben George, for the field goal. What we got, a 34-yard field goal?
Yes. I can't see which way the wind's going, but it is a little windy out today, so let's see what Ben does.
Snap back, Hayes with the hold. Ball's up. And no signal from the referees.
Either official.
Got a flag on the play, though.
Okay, Tom, you're going to move back.
It looks like the Mustangs are moving back 5 yards.
You guys are staying put. Tom, you come. We're repeating the down. Yeah.
Now, Chappie, I know you're a ref of football. Would that would have been a false start on the offense?
A false start should have been dead right away, but where they allowed the play to continue, I'm not sure what exactly happened. I thought there might have been some offside on the D, but I guess there wasn't. Maybe it was a strategic thing for the special teams unit.
Ball back to Jeremy Hayes. Kicked. And nope, it was wide right. And a nice big tackle there. Number 29, Tim Jackson with the return, just safely getting it out. Now, if I remember correctly, too, here, Chappie, you're going to see that the refs are moving it up after they get the ball out of the end zone.
Yes, they're going to probably bring it up to the 20-yard line. So when you feel the ball back into the end zone and just get it out, that's all you have to do is just get it out, and they'll bring it up to the 24. You just don't get tackled in the end zone.
Another reason why special teams is so important. Great job by the cover team for the Moncton Mustangs to make that play on number 29, Tim Jackson. But again, great play by Tim getting it out of the end zone.
Yeah, that was huge. You never want to get caught back there.
Wanderers starting off first and 10 on the 20. Ball's back, handoff to number 13, Enoch, and looks like a gain of about no gain there.
Stopped at the line of scrimmage, Mitch.
Another great play by the D-line of this Mustangs group, just getting off that ball as fast as possible and making a play in the backfield.
I mean, yeah, they're starting to figure this Wanderers team out, so we'll see what happens here. We got just under 3 minutes left in this first half of football, and then there's a whole another half to be played, so we got lots of time today.
Lots and lots of time, with St. John up 15-7 over the Mustangs right now. Ball back to Galacki. Handoff to number 13 again, and tackled by number 44, Blake Grossman.
That's a loss on the play, I do believe, Mitch.
Big play for the young kid out of Riverview. You know, that's the kind of momentum you need defense right now. You know, ball's under 3 minutes. You don't want to give the Wanderers any chance to keep moving the ball down the field. You step up, make big play right there.
I mean, and that's the kind of stuff you would expect from Blake. Blake is definitely a next level player kid. Like he's going somewhere after this.
I believe he's going to an AUS program, is he?
I believe so too, but nobody give me the stats on it. I want to say he's going to Acadia. Don't quote me on that. It's just something about that red and white program.
They love their Mustang, guys.
They love the Riverview kids, that's
that
for
too.
sure.
Ball back, Galacki throws it, and incomplete.
That sets up about 4 and 12 or 13 for the Wanderers.
Cody Kerr. Sorry, I was just told there. Correction, it's 16-7 right now for the Wanderers. So we got 2 minutes and 1 second left in the second quarter. and it's 4th down. So an obvious situation here, you want to punt the ball away.
Yeah, in Canadian football, this is where you're going to see that kicking game come in, because obviously you don't want to turn the ball over in your own side of the field.
And it looks like Jonathan Terrio's back to return that, so it's good to see that he's back and healthy.
Johnny Football going to do football things.
Ball is kicked out of bounds. Oh, and looks like there's a little bit of a scuffle going on there.
As there's a flag on the play.
Number 1, Zach Cormier, and number 6 of the Wanderers, Gottfried. You know, you can't take those kind of penalties right now, especially with, you know, under 2 minutes. You know, you got to keep your head cool. Like, you know, sometimes cheap plays happen between whistles, but you cannot lose your head.
Yeah, like we were speaking about before this game, football is a game of emotions. It's a very emotional game, whether it's, like I said, a love-hate one or... yeah, emotions run wild in this game sometimes. Sometimes you can get very agitated, very frustrated. Sometimes you just lose your cool. But the key to this game is to keep those emotions in check. And like you were just saying, you don't want to lose your cool and take selfish penalties and push your team in the wrong direction.
Exactly. So we got a Mustangs first down here at the 43-yard line. Ball back to Patry. Handoff to number 21, Dylan Wall, and he is stopped. But that offensive line is just pushing. Looks like led by number 65 there, Marshall Balmer. Isn't Marshall another Riverview kid too, isn't he?
I believe so.
Looks like the Mustangs definitely like the Riverview boys. Something about that red and white, you said.
You know, you get Kevin Jones over at Riverview High. He's a former player as well, coach of the Mustangs.
Ball back to Patry. Scanning the field, throwed it to number 83, but it's incomplete. Number 83, Brady Newcomb, and there's a late flag on the play, and looks like it's against the Wanderers.
Yeah, something that late is definitely after the fact, as Brady was the only guy there and got up and ran away, and the flag come in. Let's see what the refs out. The refs are marching the ball up the field. Looks like we're going to have a Mustang first down.
Brady Newcomb's a Acadia alumni, is he not?
Yes, he most certainly is. Brady Newcomb. I want to say he played at Riverview. No. Maybe just for a second while he played against them. Brady Newcomb has actually graduated Moncton High School, gone to Acadia.
Ball back. Hand off again. Oh, fake. David Patry throws it to number 83, Brady Newcomb, and ball is down. Great catch, great play by number 83, Brady Newcomb, trying to reach out to get that first down.
I mean, his OC's probably over there losing his cool right now because he didn't protect that ball. But hey, he put them in a 2nd and 2 for a first here. Let's see what the Mustangs offense does.
Patry back. And shotgun looks like they're false.
Nope.
We got an audible maybe from Newcomb here. Or Patry, sorry. Back to Patry. Patry scanning the field, and he throws it, and it's complete again by number 83, Brady Newcomb, and nice big play there. And oh, first down for the Mustangs, 59 seconds left.
So yeah, in the last 2 minutes of Canadian football, we have stop time. The clock does not wind until the ref allows it to. They just placed the ball, so now the referee is winding time back in. So now we have less than 59 seconds to go.
Ball back to Patry. Scans, throws it to Eric, and Eric's fighting for yards, and wow, great play. Put that hand in the ground, not put a knee down, and still moving the ball. Took 3-4 Wanderers to make a play.
Yeah.
Great play.
Showing great strength on that play by keeping himself up and trying to gain the extra yards. Let's see this Mustang offense as they start to move.
44 seconds left. Looks like Patry's seeing something. With the Wanderers playing that zone defense, they may want to look at playing some man. Great catch. Adam Shamby.
Nice.
You know, Adam, in my time with Holland, great guy, you know, absolutely loved by his teammates and just, you know, able to make plays everywhere he can. And, you know, leading our team as well.
Yeah, last week in Halifax when I met Adam for probably the second time, I was a little curious as to why he came to play for us, but like most of our team, he showed up in the second half and he showed why he was here to play. He had some numbers and stats from last week, I'll tell you that right now.
And the nice part about Shamby too, like, you know, we saw earlier in the game, he got an interception. You know, Shamby can play offense, plays defense, can return. You know, he's kind of a utility knife. Like, what do you need me to do, coach, is his attitude.
Yeah, he's definitely an athlete, that's for sure.
And it's very important to have those kind of athletes on your team.
Yeah, he's very versatile. Like you said, use him on offense, defense. You need him on special teams. He's going to work for you wherever you put him.
You know what? Even if you need him to carry out water, he'll carry out the water too.
I'm on the sideline.
Oh, usually Josh Dickinson and Patrick Forbes and myself have that covered, but today's a road game, so we're a little short-staffed. I hope you're having fun at home, Pat.
Patry back and incomplete. Oh, tough break, drop by number 6, Jonathan Terrio. And it looks like that brings up a 4th and 1 for the Mustangs. And they're bringing out their special teams. You know, 26 seconds left. You got to take the points here. It's really important. You want to keep it a close game.
100%. This game's not over yet. Like we said, it's 16-7. There's still another half to play. You know, if the Mustangs kick 3 here, they're only down by another score. So, you know, there's still a lot of time, still a lot of stuff left that can be done.
Lined up for the field goal here. Snap back to Jeremy Hayes. Kick, and it is good. I believe Jeremy Hayes is actually going to be playing with the University of Ottawa this fall. Am I correct?
Yes, Jeremy Hayes. So Jeremy graduated high school. I'm not familiar with which high school he went to. I believe it's I'll say one out of Moncton, either Olympia or Matthew Martin. Correct me if I'm wrong. He went and played a little bit of CJIP. Ottawa seen him. Ottawa's picking him up. So that's just a product that shows you hard work put in, gets you moved up the line. So he's jumping up from CJIP to, I believe, OUA it's called?
Yep. And it's really important too. You don't always have to jump right into AUS or OUA or the Western League or even RESQ. It's, you know, get the reps where you can. You know, teams are going to find the diamond in the rough. They're going to pick you up, and you know, they're going to make sure that, you know, everyone else is jealous that they didn't see you sooner.
I mean, yeah, 100%. You want to talk about guys taking time away and working other programs. Let's talk about Mike Miller. You know, that guy played for the Moncton Mustangs. He's retired now. He's got the Winnipeg Blue Bomber all-time leading tackler record. He actually spent a little bit of time down in Australia playing rugby. You know, and that's probably where he worked on his tackle game, and that's why he's so good at tackling, because he took some time, got his reps in another spot, and worked on his game.
And a GOAT of the CFL, especially in special teams.
Yeah, like kids, you don't have to put all your eggs in one basket. You can do something else and still do what you love to do. Like, yeah, Mike was a great example of kids putting in a little bit of time here, a little bit of time there, and working the system and making his way up there.
It looks like the Wanderers are just going to be kneeling these next 2 plays out with 0 seconds left on the clock, and Galacki kneels this one out. And as we enter halftime here, we got the Wanderers up 16-10 over the Moncton Mustangs.
Oh, look at that.
Welcome back for the second half. You're joined by Mitchell Osmond and
David Chappie Chapman. This is week 2 action of the MFL with the Moncton Mustangs versus the St. John Wanderers.
we got a kickoff right away, and it looks like it's an onside kick by the Mustangs there. Great play, pick up by number 54, Greg Brown. Recovered. Nice little bit of trickery there from the Moncton Mustangs to try to get that ball back.
Yes, I assume we'll see Mustang come out with the pedal to the floor with nothing to stop, because at this point you have nothing to lose.
And if you're just joining us now, it is 15-10 for the St. John Wanderers over the Moncton Mustangs. And we got Galacki at quarterback again here for the second half. Wanderers in quads look, handoff to number 26, Riley Lester, and tackled for a loss.
That's number 1, Zach Cormier.
Played some CJFL out with the Prince George Kodiaks.
Yes, out in BC.
Yes,
BC
sir.
Rubber. Yes, out in BC. Yes, he's played a couple years out there, I guess. I believe he even did a season of AUS. I could be wrong, though.
Yes, I believe he played at Acadia.
Another Acadia red and white on the Mustangs. What a surprise.
Seems like Cummins is getting a lot of those guys from the Moncton Mustangs in the Moncton area, really.
I think they just know what programs work.
Fair enough. So we got Galacki back at quarterback. Handoff again to number 26, Riley Lester, who powers his way ahead, regaining that lost yardage, and we got about a 3rd and 9 for the Wanderers.
Big number 99, Brandon Caldwell. Number 44, Blake Grossman with the stop on the play there.
Moncton Mustangs, you know, during halftime there, you could hear Terrace kind of getting those boys refocused, and, you know, all it takes sometimes is you got to check your own players, get them real dialed back in, and then play some football.
100%, Mitch.
So we got Galacki back at quarterback again. 3rd down, 8-9 to go. Back to pass. Galacki throws it, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver, number 17, Evan McCauley.
Yeah, it looks like the Mustangs' pass coverage getting a little tighter. Let's see if they can hold this for the rest of the game.
What a great way to respond in the first drive of the second half. You know, Galacki, as we've talked about in the first half, you know, a veteran of the MFL, you know, being able to throw the ball all over the field. You know, that's a great way to kind of get that swagger back on your defense to, you know, start off the second half. You know, get the Wanderers to punt, you know, give that ball right back to your offense.
100%. You gotta get the ball and you gotta score, and then let your defense hang tough and do the dirty work.
That's the joys of playing defense. So we got an onside guy here right now for the Wanderers. Ball's punted away by number 22, Kieran Roach. And it looked like the
Ball
ball.
went out of bounds. I don't see any flags. Looks like we're going to start about the 35.
First down, going up.
Mustangs 1st and 10 on the 35.
Great punt there by the Wanderers there to, not give the ball back and let the returner, Jonathan Terrio, make all those yardage back. So, sometimes it's just a safe bet to punt it out of bounds, let your defense, hold and not break. We got David Patry back under center. Ball back to Patry, handoff to number 88, Cam Morley. And it looks like it's about a 1-yard gain by Cam Morley.
That's a solid 3-yard pickup. Cam, once again, the workhorse, getting in all these drives. I believe he also played, well, like we said, he's a product of Acadia, but before Acadia, he played some football at Moncton High in the purple and white.
Pretty sure their offensive coordinator, Mr. Corey Lorette, is a Moncton High alumni too, isn't he, Chappie? Great throw and catch there by number 83, Brady Newcomb.
Yeah, 100%. This Mustangs franchise made up of a huge part of purple and white. I mean, you got OC Corey Lorette, who's a graduate of Moncton High. You got linebacker coach Chris Gaines, who's a graduate of Moncton High, amongst other alumni throughout the franchise and team.
Seems like the Moncton Mustangs are built with a lot of Riverview and Moncton High guys. Two great programs. Ball handed off again to number 88, Cam Morley, and Cam Morley patiently finding those yardage, weaving his way through the defenders. But it looks like the Wanderers got the ball there. Looks like maybe it's down by contact.
Yeah, their official signaling it's a first. And once again, that's a solid 3 for Cam on the carry.
As a defense coordinator, you're always hoping that, you're not letting up 3-4 yards because it just makes for a long drive. Defense, you really want to end drives quickly so the offense doesn't get their swagger, get the momentum of the game.
And just as quick as that drive was done, Morley out, the next running back in, we got 21, Dylan Waugh, I believe.
And thrown and caught there by number 6, as you've been calling him, Johnny Football.
Yeah, he's a true product of what comes out of Moncton. I mean, the Wanderers have a perfect example of Glode Mullally, an athlete out of Moncton, playing on their side of the ball today. That just shows a little level of athleticism that comes out of Moncton.
This Wanderers defense is playing very well, led by number 52, looks like Browner. Handoff again to number 21, Dylan Waugh, with a group of Wanderers defenders tackling him there for a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, Dylan Waugh coming in to give Cam a break of being the workhorse for the Mustangs.
Like we were talking about, it's all about just getting those yards, the 3, 4, 5-yard chunk plays. Those are what really breaks the defense.
The Mustangs really establishing their run game right now and just trying to wear down that Wanderers defense and tire them out.
Patry looks like he's changing the call at the line there. Ball snap back to number 9, Patry. Rolling out, finding that open space, throws it. Deep pass, caught by number 83.
80 Newcomb.
Great throw, great play. Just found an open spot and put it up for his receiver to get it. It's really key for quarterbacks. You don't want to just throw it exactly where they are. You want to put it into a spot so the receiver can get it, get the yardage, move the ball down the field. Great throw, great catch, great play by the Mustangs there.
Patriots just feeding them into the breadbasket. Got to keep them receivers fed. They're hungry boys out there.
So we got it a 1st and goal play here. Wishbone offense back out, and it's a handoff again to number. Is that number? Oh, fumble! He forced that out. Number 25 back to haunt the Mustangs a little bit again. Unfortunately, that ball was given off to number 20 of the Mustangs, Rylan Wall, the brother of Dylan Wall, and he got that ball taken out by number 25, Golden Mullally.
Yeah, it looked like Glowden stripped that thing right out of there, and I mean, that's Glowden doing Glowden things. That's what that guy does, man. I mean, you can't explain the stuff that guy does.
So important to keep both hands on that football. You don't want to...
ball protection, 100%.
You know, the Mustangs were driving the field very well there, and, you know, they popped that ball out. Unfortunately, that stuff happens, but, you know.
I mean, everybody's a good football player until you go up against someone like Glowden Mullally. That guy, you know, he should be playing in the CFL. I don't know why he's not. He's trained with a number of them. Like, he's next-level athlete.
I agree. Receiver, DB, no matter what he plays.
Yeah, he play any position you want him to.
But a great opportunity for the Wanderers here. Starting at the 5-yard line. Ball's back to Galacki. Pitch there to number 23, right. Alex McDonald. Great play by number 44, Blake Grossman, to stop him on that from getting any more yards.
Yeah, Blake's definitely been a unit on defense today, out there making all these tackles, big stops when the Mustangs defense definitely needs him the most.
And I believe Blake Grossman's a rookie on this team this year, isn't he?
Yes, he most certainly is. I mean, I don't know why, but it seems like they bring in a lot of rookie middle linebackers. But I've heard Chris Gaines has some kind of linebacker factory that he just puts them through and they come out professionals or something like that. I don't know.
Seems like it. All right, we got another chance here. Galacki with the ball, and he's going to keep it. Great run there by number 3, John Galacki, and there's a late flag on the play.
And it looks like they're just shy of the first down. Let's see what happens here.
You know, if you're the Wanderers, you're hoping it's on the Mustangs, but if you're the Mustangs, you're definitely hoping it's on them.
Nobody likes to see late flags because you know it's going one way or the other.
And it looks like the refs are talking here amongst the group.
I'm going to go by the way the umpire's pointing his foot. Referees usually point the way they're going. So, yeah, he's going to the Wanderers' backfield.
Oh, tough break there for the Wanderers, taking it all the way back to the 1-yard line, it looks like.
So it must have been a 15-yard in Canadian football. We don't go past the 1, so
okay, good to know.
We don't do that inches stuff like in American football. It's on the 1, and that's all that can be applied.
You know, we talked in the first half, you know, the Mustangs having undisciplined play. You know, that's not a great way for the Wanderers to start off the second half. You know, they were not moving the ball very well in their first drive. Second drive, you know, you're starting to get that momentum. And
yeah, we talked like this is a game of emotions, and this is where keeping them in check is going to come in big for whoever keeps them in check, because right now this game is neck and neck. The score does not dictate how it's going on the field at all. As we know in Canadian football, there's still all kinds of time left, which can lead to a lot of things that can happen still in this game.
So we're at 7 minutes left in the third quarter here. Galacki back with the ball. Reeds throws, and it's knocked down by the Moncton Mustangs, who targeted receiver number 81, Ben Coates. Ben Coates, who's currently playing at Dalhousie Tigers this past fall. Great receiver for the Wanderers. And it looked like it was knocked down by number 23, Chris Brown.
I don't know if that was Chris Brown or not, because I didn't see his long red hair.
That's fair.
But it's fair to say Chris is on that side, so it's either him or the other outside linebacker that he's working with over in that DB position.
Josh Armstrong, number 18?
Yes, there we go. I believe it was Josh Armstrong. I mean, they're pretty close in size, so it's hard to tell unless you see that beautiful hair of Chris Brown.
Fair enough.
Oh, we got a timeout by the Dub. Yeah, Chris Brown, some fun facts about that kid. He's a graduate of Moncton High, the old purple and white. The kid played basketball his whole life, played a little bit of flag football in the Dome in Moncton, and somebody asked him to come out and play tackle football. And here he is. He's a stud on the Mustangs. You know, this guy's come out after playing, you know, just a little bit of flag football, and he's playing with grown men in a game of contact, which is huge for a person to do.
I remember seeing Chris Brown his first year playing wide receiver when I was playing with the Mariners. And, you know, we saw, you know, we saw him wearing the old number 81 of the great Terrell Owens.
Yes.
And, you know, Chris was playing very, very well offensively, and then all of a sudden he's out playing defense, and we threw a ball in the back of the end zone. He gets the game-winning, game-sealing interception to, you know, for the Moncton Mustangs to pull out with a late win. And obviously one of the big barn burners of, you know, Mustangs versus Mariners.
Yeah, 100%, yeah. I mean, what's the old saying? Offense wins games, defense wins championships.
I agree with that 100%.
Just when kids get a taste of that D, they don't go back.
You're not wrong. So, ball back to Glacki. And sacks!
My, that D-line ate him up. Number 1, Zach Cormier in on the stop, I believe, with 2 or 3 of his brothers. Looked like Gabe St. Germain in there on that, too.
And based on the excitement there, it looks like Blake Grossman with the big play there, number 44 of the Mustangs.
Yeah, looks like the defensive coordinator pulled out all the stops on that one and wanted to get some points.
But this goes back to what we were just talking about earlier. You know, it's important to play disciplined football. You know, the Wanderers wouldn't have been in that situation if they didn't get that late flag thrown.
The flag that put them back at their own 1-yard line, yes.
So, you know, as you said, it's a game of emotions. You got to make sure you keep your emotions in check. Great opportunity. You know, it's now brings this score to 15 for the Wanderers, 12 for the Mustangs. So we're, you know, tight football. That's always typical of a Mustangs and Wanderers game.
Yes, this is definitely, like you said earlier on today, the big rivalry of the league. I don't know if there's 2 other teams that want to, you know, face each other more than these 2 here.
And looks like we got the ball starting out on the 35-yard line for the Mustangs. Patry with Dylan Wall in the backfield. Ball snap back, hand off to Dylan Wall. Dylan Wall just eating up those yards for a nice big run of 5 yards.
Good run by Wall in the play.
My goodness, though, Dylan Wall, like just seeing those legs turn is just like just seeing a train coming downhill.
I mean, you say train, I say Mustang. You know, they're all workhorses out there.
I agree.
Pumping those legs and just boom, boom, boom. And like we said just before this drive, establishing that run game to wear down that defense.
Exactly. Ball back to Patry. He throws it, and it's, incomplete. Very close there by Adam Shamby with almost getting that catch there. And I believe that's Eric Sabin with the incomplete call pass.
Yes, that is local legend Eric Sabian. I mean, that guy's been around this league longer than I have, and probably longer than you, Mitch.
Oh, definitely.
And now he's out here as an official. You know, props to you, Eric. You did your time with the MFL, and now you're giving back to it once again in another way.
And I know he started out as a coach, became the commissioner, and now he's a ref. Like you said, it's so important, and sometimes it's hard to get away from football.
We need more Eric Sabians.
I agree. Patry back with the ball, rolling out to the right here. He's rolling, and he's taken off with it, running, and runs out of bounds for a nice first down for the Mustangs.
Good run by the Mustangs quarterback there to pick up the first down.
And that's really the first time we've seen Patry use his legs, and, you know, from seeing Patry play for the last couple of years, you know, his run game is so important in his game, but, like, you know, we've seen today just throwing the ball all over the field. But, again, if you have that extra threat of being able to run with the football, my goodness, it makes it so hard for the defense to make plays.
Yeah, they're definitely going to wear them down every which way they can.
Ball back again to Patry. Hand off to Dylan Wall. Dylan Wall gets to the outside, and there's a late flag, but big gain, big run by number 21, Dylan Wall.
Where's our flag? On the far side. Let's see what happens.
Looked like it came in the backfield, from the backfield, holding on the offense for the Mustangs. Tough break there. Now, Chappie, I know with your officiating experience, how does a hold work for yardage?
It's back 5, repeat first, or turn the down over. So it'll be either 2nd and 10 or back 5, 1st and 15.
Repeat the down. Repeat first? Yeah.
Oh, sorry, 10 yard. My bad.
had the flag rules in the back of your head there. Everything's 5.
Yeah, I mean, I probably work more flag games for your brother than I do tackle associations.
Fair enough. All right, we got Mustangs back. Snap back. Fake. And he's throwing it deep. And it's just out of the fingertips of number 81, Eric.
No disrespect to Mustangs number 81, Eric. It's just we're not sure how to pronounce your last name, buddy. We love you.
And we don't want to butcher it. You know, as we were talking about earlier, too, about penalties, you know, this puts yourself in a really tough situation, 2nd and long. You know, you're really restricted on your offensive play calling. You're not able to necessarily pull out all the run plays, so you're going to be passing the ball.
You would think that, but offensive coordinator Corey Laurette's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
And looks like it's a handoff to number 88, Cam Morley. Like you said, Corey's not afraid to call a run situation whenever he can.
No, and it was a solid pickup of 6 on the play by Cam, bringing up 3rd and about 15.
So in this situation, as D coordinator, you know, you want to try to send it, maybe a blitz from your middle linebacker, you know, sit in zone over top, you know, let the offense kind of get those yardage and then make sure you come down very quick and make a play on the ball. And looks like the Mustangs are bringing out a quads look out and moving back to a 3-2. Snap back. Patry looking, rolling out, and he's going to take it and steps out.
That's a pretty good run by Patry to bring up 4th and about 6. And it looks like the Mustangs are sending out the special teams unit. I mean, I know it's awfully windy here today, but I don't think the special teams coming out to kick a field goal. Ben George will probably hang one in the air or aiming to kick it out the back of the end zone.
I definitely agree with that. Ben George's got a leg, but I don't think he's got that big of a leg.
I mean, with the wind blowing today, he might get lucky with a couple of bounces and get it out the back of the end zone. If not, he's probably going to hang that thing in the air until it dries.
So we got the Mustangs here with number 8, Adam Shamby onside. Big punt there by Ben George. Recovered by number 29, Tim Jackson. He's taking that. He's running. He's going. He's heading to the outside. And wow, big gain by number 29, Tim Jackson of the Wanderers. Wow, what a great play, great return. You know, being patient, watching his blocks happen, getting to the outside and turning them wheels for an offensive opportunity so that they're in their red zone of the Mustangs defense.
Yeah, that was a huge return for the Wanderers, setting them up inside the Mustang zone, 39 going in. Let's see what the Wanderers do on offense and see how the Mustangs respond on defense. Just over 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
Galacki back at quarterback. They're in shotgun. Quads to the left. Snap back. Looks. Throws. Caught by number 88 of the Wanderers. Cody Carr. Great catch. Great play by Cody Carr stepping out of bounds.
Pushed out by number 14, Adrian Thompson of the Mustangs.
And this now brings it to a 2nd and a couple of yards. Again, great. Galacki just, you know, carving up this young DB core of the Mustangs, you know. Veteran does that.
Yeah, he knows where to look.
Back to pass again. Throws it to number 4, Adam Sprell. Great catch, great yardage, and I think that's a first down for the Wanderers.
Yep, that's a first down for the Wanderers, and that's another stop on the play by number 14, Adrian Thompson.
You've been saying his name a lot. It seems like Galacki is picking on him today.
Well, the last few plays, he's been coming to this right side.
Well, you know, in this opportunity, you know, as a DB, it's just, you know, you got to wait your turn. And all it takes is one wacky throw, and you get an interception.
Yeah.
So let's hope that, you know, he can respond back a little bit. But Galacki just doing Galacki things. Galacki back to pass. fakes the throw, and he throws it. And picks off! Number 14, Adrian Thompson.
I mean, speak of the devil, right? Like, I don't know, flag on the play, but it's after the fact. But yeah, speaking of Adrian Thompson, you know, it just so happens that Galacki picks the right side again, and what's Adrian do? He picks that thing.
Like I said, all it takes is that one opportunity, one bad throw, but a great play by the D-line to, you know, not allow Galacki to get that full throw in. Ball lands right into Adrian's hands.
Yeah, the defensive end rushing on the end there. Zach Cormier came in to interrupt Galacki's throw, and yeah, boom.
You know what, Zach? That's just a Zach Cormier type play right there.
Yeah, that kid's an animal. Like, he's not a Mustang. He's a whole new breed.
Yeah.
He's a Stang.
There you go. Great play, great opportunity. You know, looks like it was a late play. The flag was on the Mustangs there. Bring the ball back. All right, so this gives the Mustangs, you know, first on their 7-yard line. You know, knowing Coach Corey Lorette, he's going to just run that ball, get the yardage, and be able to make a play.
Yeah, he's going to pound that ball.
Patry back. Snap back to David Patry. Hand off to Cam Morley. And good yardage there.
That's a 4 or 5 pickup on the play for number 88, Cam Morley.
And, you know, we go back to talking about this offensive line for the Mustangs. You know, it's a thankless position to play, but my goodness, it's so important to be able to push that ball down the field.
Yeah, them big boys up front. I mean, you got Kobe Beliveau, you got Greg Kinsman, you got Sebastian Charret. Like, you got some heavy dudes out there.
32!
And I mean, you know, you need guys to move you. You move in tomorrow, you call these guys up. That's who you want to pick up your piano for you.
Exactly. Patry there with the throw. And it looks like it was a catch there by number 4, Torrey Hicks. Mr. Realtor himself. Just picking up the land, picking up some yardage where he needs to.
Yes. Good old Tony Hicks out of Moncton. The Realtor. I think that guy sold me a car once. I got all Chevette.
Good old car. Ball back again. Ball snapped. Hand off to number 88, Cam Morley. He finds the crease, runs, steps right out of bounds, and there's another late flag.
Few late flags. Let's see what we got here. Both on the opposite side of the field. Looks like we got something on the line and something maybe in the backfield. The defensive backfield, sorry. My guess, probably a hold or maybe an offside before the ball and they didn't kill it.
Or it could be anything from UR or anything.
Ah, here we go. Let's see what he's got. Oh.
15.
No, he's calling the coaches out to talk, so I believe something happened. Oh, they're actually moving the ball up 15, but yeah, the referee's having a
chat with both
conversation with both head coaches about what just happened on the play because the ball seemed to move a significant amount.
Wow.
That seemed about a 25er.
My guess here is the refs are calling in both coaches just to get their players to settle down. You know, they're now, I think the refs here, you know, it's the hardest job in football is being a ref.
Yes.
Just keeping everybody in check, you know. Looks like 2 objectionable conducts there with the Wanderers, you know, just undisciplined play there. You can't do that.
No, not at this stage in the game. We're 20 seconds from the end of the third quarter. I mean, there's still lots of time left, but now is not the time to lose your cool or your composure.
Exactly. So we got a 1st and 10 opportunity here on the 46-yard line. Ball snap, handoff again. Number 21, Dylan Waugh, and just eating up those yards. Great play by number 21, Dylan Waugh. Just, you know, like we talked about earlier, you know, he gets that ball 5, 10, 35 times. He's still coming hard downhill at you. He's
definitely a solid producer and very consistent at what he does. Like you said, you know, you give him the ball, you know what you're going to get from him because he's going to give it to you every time he's got it.
Exactly. So we got a 2nd and 3 or 4 yards here. Snack back to Patry. Patry's looking downfield. Passed and overthrown there, and with this targeted receiver number 83.
Brady Newcomb.
Great play by the defender there. You know, you're letting that receiver kind of get a little bit of yardage, come down, make a play so that he doesn't get the opportunity to bring that ball down.
Yeah, and with the end of that play, brings the end of the 3rd quarter.
Wanderers 15, Mustangs 12.
Yeah, this is definitely a neck-and-neck football game.
You know, this is one of my favorite kind of games is defense, you know, defensive slugfest. I love a good defensive battle.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way most people would describe something like this, as like an all-out fist fight. I know it's not a real fist fight by any means whatsoever. It's just the score and the battle that's going on the field is, you know, a heck of a fight for guys that are just running and throwing a ball.
And you got to definitely give the praise to the Wanderers. You know, after losing to the Fleet last week, coming in, you know, you're a little fired up. You lost your first game of the week. No one likes losing week 1. You know, great way to respond back by, you know, leading this game mostly the entire way right now. Referee's doing a great job today too.
Chris Wall, a veteran of the NBFOA Association.
Mustangs starting off 3rd down. Ball snap back to Patry. Handoff again to Dylan Wall, and Dylan Wall finds a crease and gets a 1st down for the Mustangs.
Yeah, that run game that Corey Lorette has established with the Mustangs offense definitely eating up a lot of that clock, and we can see it. It's wearing down the Wanderers defense and maybe showing that they're a little undisciplined with some of the penalties that they took in the 3rd quarter.
Great job, though, by defensive coordinator Joel Cox, just holding this defense and, you know, keeping them accountable. You know, this is an opportunity for you to bend, but don't break.
100%.
Snap back to Patry, throws it, and disrupted by the Wanderers, number 12. Max Asklin? Great play by the Wanderers defense there, you know, allowing the Mustangs to get a 1st down, but, you know, not letting them get that easy yardage.
100%.
Wanderers, Mustangs back with the ball, 2nd down on the 50. Snap back, pitch to Dylan Wall. Dylan Wall finds a crease, and big run by number 21, Dylan Wall.
Once again, those big linemen setting up the blocks, attacking the secondary, going after the linebackers and the DBs, allowing Dylan to read those blocks and gain that extra yardage.
100%. And it's so important to defense, especially at the linebacker position. You know, probably one of the hardest positions on defense to play. You know, you're someone who drops back into pass coverage, shooting blitzes, and, you know, flowing from sideline to sideline. And they're just attacking that veteran group of the Wanderers defense. Handoff again to number 88, Cam Morley. And it looks like the Mustangs get their 1st down that they're looking for, just running the rock.
Yeah, that's a solid pickup of about 4 on the play for Cam, bringing up a Mustangs 1st down.
You know, it's so important to have those kind of like running back depth that we talked about earlier. You know, when you have so many horses in the stable, it's hard on a defense to, you know, not want to put your hands on your knees and just panting for air, hoping that, you know, you can get a big key stop.
And I mean, the Mustangs running backs go from AUS level right to fresh out of high school kids.
Which is awesome. Patry back in shotgun here. Motion by number 4. Handoff again to number 88, Cam Morley. And Cam with the big run. Wow, big run there by number 88, Cam Morley, for the 1st down for the Mustangs.
That's about a 20-yard run on the play for Cam Morley. Yeah, gaining another Mustangs 1st down. Like we said, them horses, they're going to run loose if you don't let them all out eventually.
And it looks like Cam Morley stepping out of the game for number 21, Dylan Wall, to come back on the field. My goodness, I would not want to be the St. John's defense right now.
I mean, one horse gets tired, the next one's sitting there waiting to go out. And I'm sure there's a few on the sideline are just eager to get into this.
Mustangs again, back, snap opportunity. Patry throws it, and just out of the reach there to looks like number 6, Jonathan Terrio.
Yeah, I believe that's Johnny Football over there. One of the smaller guys on the team, but don't let that fool you, because his catching and his speed ability it's just like the guy we talk about, Claude Mullally. His size does not speak about what he can do to you.
It's not the size of the dog, it's the bark in the dog and the fight in the dog.
Exactly.
Patry backs, hands it off to number 21, Dylan Waugh, and he is met with defenders, but stays on his feet, keeps running, keep moving. Wow, keeping those legs turning and turning. My goodness.
And that it looks like the referee's indicating that's a Mustang's first down.
You know, like we were just saying, you know, Dylan Waugh, you don't arm tackle Dylan. You got to take him out at the legs and just not let him get those extra yardage.
Yeah.
I know when he was playing with Riverview back when he was in high school, he's a fullback. So going from a fullback to running back, you know, he just runs with anger.
Yeah, he's coming at you, bruh.
Snap back to Dylan Waugh, and Dylan Waugh is met in the backfield there.
They had his number on this play.
Great play there by number 45, Caleb Morgan. You know, like I was just saying there earlier, you can't let him not tackle at the legs. You got to tackle him, bring him down, let that opportunity for your defense to rally to the ball.
So we just had a sub on the play. Mustang sent in big body Brandon Caldwell. If there's a place you're looking on the field, it's either going to be where he is or where the ball is.
Hand off again to number 21, Dylan Waugh.
Yeah. Caldwell sealed that edge.
And he's in.
Mustangs. Yeah, big Caldwell out there with the seal and the block on the edge for the running back to get that touchdown. Who was it?
Number 21, Dylan Waugh with the touchdown. But you know what? Got to give praise to this Wanderers defense, though. You know, they definitely fought a lot on this play. But, again, the game's still not over. It's 10 minutes, 25 seconds in the fourth quarter left. You know, this just gives an opportunity for the Wanderers offense to kind of take control.
100%.
Which brings the score 18-15 until this extra point. Let's see what it goes. Snap back to Jeremy Hayes. Kick.
Ben George with the kick.
And no.
The officials aren't signaling it. I'm going to assume it's good.
It's good. All right. So that brings the score Mustangs 19, Wanderers 15. So this is the first time the Mustangs have taken a lead in the game so far today.
I mean, this is sort of the summary of last week. The Mustangs were trailing for, I believe, half the game last week versus the Nova Scotia Buccaneers, and then adjustments at halftime by the coaches, seeing the Mustangs turn the ball around pretty quick and then get a nice little lead on the Buccaneers to seal it for the win. So, I mean, nobody's really done anything crazy out there today, so I want to take a guess and say the teams are just feeling each other out to see who's doing what and who's got what. I mean, nobody's going to show all their cards in week 2.
No. You don't see any trick plays until at least week 5, week 6.
Until we're fighting for a home game in the playoffs.
Agreed. Ben George here to lead the kickoff. I'm going to guess they're going to try to pin them deep here.
Oof.
Nice big kick by Ben George there. Right into the hands of number 86. I don't have a number for 86 on the sheet here.
Well, ever since that sun's come out, it's been a little difficult to see those yellow numbers.
Actually, sorry, correction. That was number 88, Cody Carr with the return there.
Carr.
He kicks for St. FX. Yeah.
That name's become more familiar each year with the Wanderers.
And, too, with the Wanderers definitely going through the changing of the guard here, you know, a lot of younger guys on this roster. But, you know, after a long tenure with these Wanderers, you know, they've been the Goliath of the league for years. So, you know, it's always going to happen in any point in a football dynasty is, you know, you got to rebuild and build around your future. And it definitely seems like the Wanderers have found some of those guys. Galacki there with the pitch to number 21 or 23. Look. 26, sorry, thank you. Riley Lester.
I was going to say probably Riley or Alex over there running the ball. The two runners we've seen mostly today for the Wanderers. Brings up second and short for the Wanderers.
You know, if you're St. John here, you definitely don't want to punt it off right away. You want to just drive that field. You know, first play, so far so good. Let's just keep moving that ball as if you're the OC for the Wanderers. Coming out, quads to the left, snap back to Galacki. Galacki finding, running around, loose, and sacked. Is that number 10, Josh McDonald, on the play there? Or, nope, 16, Liam McDougall.
That's what it looked like.
The sun's definitely not making it easy for us to see all the numbers clearly.
No. I mean, it's not that they're hard to see, it's just the reflection of the glare of the sun off the turf is like looking through a glass window when you have those sunglasses on.
Agreed. Galacki here under center again after a big loss there. We got a bunch formation on the right, motion, a lot of motion. Galacki throws it, and incomplete with the intended receiver, number 88, Cody Carr. Threw that one into triple coverage there.
Yeah, there was a number of Mustangs back there ready and waiting.
Great opportunity for the Mustangs there. You know, you thought with the Wanderers there being able to move the field that they were going to get a first down, but, you know, Mustangs bend but didn't break. Wanderers are out here on the punt. Back and punted. Great punt there by number 83.
And it's gone out of bounds. The Mustangs will probably start their drive on about the 54. Oh, they're going to place them on the 50. 50 and going in.
If you're core of the red here, you're definitely wanting to run that ball, run out that clock.
I think we've established that. Corey's going to run the ball and finish this game. He's probably got other arrangements or engagements that he's got to take care of tonight.
Fair enough. Patry under center here. Ball snap back, handoff to number 88, Cam Morley. And he runs, big run there for a first down. What makes it tough, especially when you have all these rotational running backs, it makes it really tough on the defense. You know, you're hoping that the offense can maintain a drive, you know, quick 3 and out. Makes it tough to come back out on the field after you feel like, you know, the water hasn't even entered your stomach yet.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you're sending in fresh flags to run that ball every time, and you got the same D players out there busting their butt to get side to side.
Handoff again to here, number 21, Dylan Wall. And Dylan Wall just punishing this Wanderers defense. Moving it up and down the field for a nice solid gain of about 5 yards. Brings it up to a second down for the Mustangs.
Yeah, he's definitely making them work for the tackle today. I mean, like, I haven't seen guys, you know, brush off 3 and 4 guys since Josh Hicks played for us, when that guy would carry 3 guys on his back and score a touchdown. Like, this Dylan Watt is a next level dude.
Unfortunately, there's an injury down here for the Wanderers, number 52, Browner.
Yeah, it's never great to see anybody down on the field.
No, never good.
Let's hope that he's able to get up and walk off under his own strength. Referees give him a few minutes here, get some water and some air into these fellas.
Yep. No, 100%. And, you know, I'm happy to see that he's able to walk out under his own power there.
I mean, as rough as this sport is, you never want to see a guy really get injured. It's
No.
one thing to hurt your finger, but it's another to get injured.
Exactly. Back under center here. Ball snapped back to Patry, handed off to number 21, Dylan Waugh, and he just stiffed arm number 91, Matt Porter, to the ground there to gain a couple extra yards off top of that.
Yeah, once again, Corey Lorette just driving that ball, eating that clock.
Make sure you don't change it until I look at you, okay? Just so I don't get confused.
I mean, if you're going to eat something, it might as well beat the clock.
Exactly. So this comes up to a crucial third down for the Wanderers defense here.
Yeah, this would be a big stop for the Wanderers. They need some defensive stops right now.
Ball snapped back to Patry, fakes the handoff to number 21, Dylan Waugh, looking, and incomplete, with the intended receiver being number 83, Brady Newcomb.
83 was open.
Great opportunity, great job by this Wanderers defense making a play, forcing the fourth down, and we are seeing the special teams unit come out.
Yeah, we were just talking about how it would be a big stop for the W to stop the Mustangs right now, and it forced the Mustangs to send out their field goal unit.
Seems like, Chappie, I keep speaking all this good things in for defensive players.
I mean, you see the eyes through a coach/player. I mean, when you experience it all the different positions, you see the game through different sets of eyes that not everybody sees it.
Ball snap back to Hayes, and there looks like there's a false start on the offense for the Mustangs. So that's going to actually move the ball back, which negates the field goal that just happened there. You know, special teams coach Jeremy Osmond right now is probably not too happy right now. You know, that's the second false start by his field goal unit.
We're going to go back 5 Parker.
I mean, in the professionals, you see them do it sometimes to gain some kind of, better kicking angle. They need more yards, etc., etc. But yeah, I assume that Jeremy's upset right now too.
I would much rather deal with Jeremy than Jason Terrace, though. I can guarantee you that.
And the Mustangs just called a timeout, so we'll have a few minutes to breathe here. See what the Mustangs draw, see what the Wanderers respond with.
So this brings it down. We're now at 5:42 left in the fourth quarter. Mustangs 19, Wanderers 15. With the Mustangs just taking a late lead there by number 21, Dylan Waugh. This has been a defensive slugfest. I'd say, though, if you're the Mustangs, you want to make sure you get this clean field goal done. You know, the Wanderers are maybe expecting a fake, key situation. Oh, and it looks like it's actually the punt unit now for the Mustangs. And with the leg that Ben George has, you got receivers sitting in the back in the end zone, making sure that they don't give up any extra points where they don't need to.
Yeah, so pushing Ben back a few more yards has probably put them in a situation where they're not going to go for the field goal, that he's just going to try and get her out the back of the end zone.
Good snap, good punt, and he punted out of bounds. Looks like there's a flag on the field, though.
Called it on the center, if he calls false start. False start. Called on the center. Did he?
I believe it was after the fact, so it'll probably be applied from where they placed the ball.
Yeah, no, the snapper did it again.
Oh, so they called the snapper, not him?
No, they got the long
Well,
snapper.
with it being 5:37 left in the fourth quarter, Wanderers are getting this ball back. They're hoping that they can get a nice big drive the field, get a score, and, make this a more competitive game. And I know, and and I'm sure you definitely want a very passionate, close game at the end.
So I'm not sure what the call was, but it looks like the Mustangs kicking unit is back out to redo 4th down.
Very interesting. Would that have been maybe possibly a offside on the defense?
Something before the ball was kicked.
Ben George lining up for the field goal here. Number 34 in motion, just making sure that overflow doesn't get there. Ball is up, and it is good. Nice big kick by number 17, Ben George. Like I said earlier, Captain Clutch just coming through with the big play there.
Yeah, young Ben George with another 3 points on the board, putting the Mustangs at 22, the Wanderers 15.
But, you know, that play is definitely not made unless you have, you know, the pride of Skaduk at long snapper.
I mean, that long snapper, Denis Dueron, we could probably sit here this whole game and just talk about how big and great a guy that Denis is, you know. Especially in the locker room. I know you've been in the locker room with that guy, and he is just a riot. He brings a whole nother level of energy, and man, that guy is just a riot.
He's so key too, and like, you know, in all the teams I've been involved with, you know, I had a guy like Mitch Kays that came over and played with the Mariners for a little bit, Ryan Richardson, Rai. You know, those two guys are locker room guys, and same thing with Denis. Just, you know, they bring the locker room together and they make sure they have fun.
Yeah.
Galacki there with the handoff to number 26, I think that was again, Riley Lester.
Yeah, and you run into the wall of Mustang D linemen. Turned into what almost looked like a rugby scrum there for a minute. Bringing up about 2nd and 7 for the Wanderers on the 38.
And Acadia.
Definitely makes for an interesting 2nd down, you know, 7 yards. You're lots of options here. You can still pass, you can run the ball, do whatever.
Yeah, and that's another great thing about Canadian football. In the 4th quarter, there's stop time, so anytime there's an incomplete pass, the ball goes out of downs, etc., etc., time is always stopped until the ball is placed and the referee wields it in.
Galacki there with the pitch to number 26, Riley Lester again. Nice, good little pickup there of a couple yards, and that brings up a big 3rd down and about 5. So we're now down to under 4 minutes in the 4th quarter. Mustangs 22, Wanderers 15. Going to be a very important drive here for this Wanderers offense to keep moving that ball.
Yeah, this is definitely an important drive for the Wanderers. You don't want to give the Mustangs offense a chance to get back on before you score again, that's for sure.
Ball back to Galacki. Galacki scanning the field, and he's running for his life. He's running. And wow, what a big 1st down by Galacki. You know, we talked about it earlier, you know, John Galacki's got all that experience with the MFL, lots of years playing, and that's just a senior guy right there, you know, not freaking out, not trying to force the ball, just take what's given to him.
Knowing where the 1st down is and what he needs to get there to keep the ball moving and keep the ball in their hands.
So a great 1st down there for the St. John Wanderers offense there, and it's going to be at the 47-yard line. We got quads to the right. Ball snap back to Galacki. Handoff there to number... Can't really see the number there. 23, Alex McDonald. You know, we've been talking a lot about this stable horse of the Mustangs, but I have to say, you know, the Wanderers got a nice, good, young stable of running backs with Alex McDonald and Riley Lester really helping out, you know, Galacki.
Those 2 runners have been great today for the Wanderers, moving the ball and consistently doing it, not breaking.
So this comes up to a key 2nd down here with about 5 to go. We got quads again on the right. Galacki at quarterback. Ball snap back. Handoff again to the running back. And a nice big stop there by the Mustangs defense. And again, ball handed off to number 23, Alex McDonald.
Yeah, there was a number of Mustangs in on that play. I believe that was Oh, I'm not sure who that was.
That looked like number 98, Brandon Banks, with the in on the tackle there, possibly with.
Yeah, it looks like we got a couple of fresh D linemen in there for some of the vets that have played the whole game.
Galacki back. Galacki throws it, and he calls that a catch to number 17, Evan McCauley.
This side saying no, that side saying yes. So I don't know how the referees will agree on.
Usually they go in favor of the offense, if I remember correctly, from referee.
Well, it's the far side guy's call, but I don't know whose zone it was in. The referee saying no, no catch. So obviously more eyes on a no catch versus the one referee trying to say catch.
That brings up a 4th down, and it looks like the Wanderers are going to go for it here.
That was a great call by the referees, getting together and having a little discussion about what they saw and making the right call on the play there.
I guess it all depends on who you talk to. I know the OC there probably isn't too happy from the Wanderers, seeing that, his side, he sees the referee call the catch.
Yes, it can be very frustrating, but you got to understand there's 6 guys out there with eyes that have better angles.
Exactly.
And that's why they get together and discuss.
Galacki back for the pass. Looking, and it looks like the
St. Germain is not letting him go.
What a big play by that Mustangs D-line, getting into the backfield, making a play. And that brings, and it looks like we got about 1 minute and 50 left on the clock. Mustangs first down. And late flag. Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, that's no good there. All the players were gone, and somebody walked by the ref and must have said the wrong thing, because that's when it come out.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about, the game of emotions. This is on the Wanderers. It's a game of emotions, and sometimes we can say things that we don't mean, but unfortunately you cannot disrespect these officials. These guys are volunteers that don't get paid very much to do what they're doing. It's a very thankless job that they're doing, and without them we don't have a game. You don't have somebody to say, hey, this is what this is and this is what that is. We need these officials, and we need to treat them right.
I 100% agree with that, Chappie. It's so important to not disrespect any official, because again, they have the hardest job on the field. Patrick back, hands it off to number 21, Dylan Wall. And a big 6-7 yard gain there by Dylan Wall.
It's just doing Dylan Waugh things, man. He's giving you that solid 5 and 6 and producing like he has all game. This is great to see Dylan running the ball like he is, and like we say it, but now the people at home can see it today, that this kid, every time he gets the ball, he's working, he's grinding, he's doing his job. He came to work today.
Yeah, exactly. Brought the lunch pail, was ready to put in the job.
Yes, sir.
Mustangs back. Hand off again to number 21, Dylan Wall. And Dylan Wall just doing Dylan Wall type things, getting that first down. But you know what? If I'm the Wanderers, I definitely don't hold my head down at all in this situation. They came out, they were controlling this game the entire time, and the Mustangs just they clawed back. But the Wanderers, if they're checking back on anything, it's just control that self-discipline.
Yeah, I mean that's unfortunate for them today that the penalties that took place or whatnot was against them in most of the times, and it pushed them back the wrong way. And yeah, it's a game about being disciplined and keeping those emotions in check.
And you definitely got to give props to those running backs in the backfield for the Wanderers. We've talked a lot about them.
It's been a great day for the Wanderers. Like I said, the score doesn't necessarily dictate what's gone on the field today.
Agreed. Hand off again to number 21, Dylan Wall. And looks like a little short gain there, a couple of yards. That brings the time down to 1:06 in the fourth quarter.
So yeah, Corey Lorette just running the ball to finish this game out. I believe one more first down and that's it. We should be able to run the clock unless the Wanderers have timeouts left, which I'm not sure. They probably don't, as the clock is running now. So one first down and this game is over.
Ball handed off again to number 21, Dylan Wall. And another couple of yards. This Wanderers defense isn't quitting, which is great to see. You know, this just shows, you know, this entire game, it's just been a defensive slugfest this entire time.
Yeah, 100%. It's been a hard work day for both teams. You know, like the Wanderers controlled the game for the first half, and the Mustangs got together at halftime, talked about what was going on the field, just like they did last week in Nova Scotia versus the Buccaneers. And obviously, Corey Lorette went to work establishing that run game in the third, and then our defense, the Mustangs defense, you know, sealed it up and started playing a tighter game in the second. You know, we seen a big interception down here in the end zone by Adrian Thompson today. You know, we seen a lot of Mustangs rolling today, and that's what keeps them going is, you know, the depth and the way they react to what's going on the field. They keep cool, hold their composure, and keep working, grind that out, man.
100%. So I think it was the Wanderers there that called the timeout, which stops the clock at 43 seconds in the fourth quarter. Mustangs 22, Wanderers 15.
So yeah, the Wanderers must have, you know, a couple timeouts left. To call one right now is, you know, perfect timing, because if they have one more left, if they can stop them, force a fourth down, get the Mustangs to kick the ball back, they might have a chance to get it and, you know, maybe score and tie this thing up.
Hey, as the saying goes, it's not over until the fat lady sings.
I mean, Canadian football, 40 seconds sometime last, you know, 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, 100%. I've definitely been in those kind of situations before, and they're not fun. Ball back, handed off again to number 21, Dylan Waugh. And it does not look like the Mustangs have gotten that first down.
No, it's fourth and about 2.
And we got the kicking unit coming back out, led by the pride of Skaduk, Denis Dueron.
Yes, good old Denis. I believe it's in his contract that he gets a hand warmer every game.
Hand warmer, and I believe a small donaire too, at the end of the game too, isn't it?
That's not to be talked about. Denis is a great guy. He loves his donaires.
I don't blame him. Ball snap back to Hayes. Big kick. And it's good. Big play there by Mr. Ben George, Captain Clutch.
Yes, sir. I mean, that guy's showed up, come to work today too, man. He put his work boots on, laced them up, and said, let's go.
It looks like Denis there is talking to the refs. Always, I'm sure that's a great conversation.
He's probably saying, thank you, Mr. Official. Thank you today. Thank you for your time, because that's just the type of guy Denis is. He's grateful. He's very humble. I mean, he might even be saying, like, hey, let's go for donaires after. I know this spot. I mean, you want to know where to get great food? Denis is the guy to talk to. I mean, follow the guy on social media. He'll tell you where it's at.
Exactly. If it's not a burger, it's donaires and everything. Just a great guy to have on a young Mustang team to kind of lead that group.
Yeah, Denis like 57 years old or something like that. I'm not quite sure why they keep him around. He's a great guy. That's why they keep him around. You know, he's 57, still long snapping. That's great for the mayor of Skaduk. And let's see what the Wanderers do. They got it on the 35 with
21 seconds. Ball's thrown and incomplete there. Galacki looking at number 88, Cody Carr. He should have came back for that one, but, you know, that's what happens. You got an older quarterback ready with, you know, his young receivers. That happens.
No, I suspect we'll see the Wanderers try some big pass plays here with just less than 20 seconds remaining. There's about 18 seconds left.
Mustangs are leading 25-15. Second down. Got a bunch formation on the right, and Galacki controlling that line of scrimmage there. Ball snap back, bad snap by the center there.
Oh,
and big play by number 1, Zach Cormier.
I mean, everybody's hungry. I think they want to go on the bus because, you know, Mustangs president Josh Dickinson, he feeds these guys after every game. He gets on that bus and he feeds those guys. I can't imagine what it takes to feed 50-something grown men, but you know what? I'm glad we got a guy to do it and that I don't have to.
I don't blame you, Chappie. I wouldn't want to do it either.
I mean, we all wear a lot of hats with our associations. I mean, you obviously in PEI, you wear a lot of different hats as a player, a coach, amongst a lot of things. I'm sure one day you're going to wear an official hat, right? Work with me.
Well, I officiate right now at Flag. Thank you to Rob St. Pierre for that one.
Awesome. All right, folks, that's our game. Mustangs taking the win today, 25-15 over the St. John Wanderers in Week 2 action. The Moncton Mustangs versus the St. John Wanderers. And yeah, other action in the MFL. We had the Bucks beat the Heat. And 7 p.m. tonight at Usher Miller Field in KV. So in about 35 minutes, we're going to have another MFL game kickoff. We're going to have the Fredericton Fleet and Bobby McIntyre versus the Valley Razors.
And to all of our fans watching tonight, thank you, and hope you have a great night.